Hello everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Serial Movies. I'm Darfius.
And I'm Tara.
And you're watching Serial Movies.
Movies.
Ooh. So for Oscar countdown this time we're gonna do the two popes. The two popes. Alright. So for this movie it was nominated for Oscars for Best Adapted Screenplay and also Best Performance by an Actor in Leading Role played by Jonathan Pryce, and also Best Performance by an Actor in Supporting Role played by Anthony Hopkins. So there's three nominations for the Oscars. So this movie was directed by Fernando Meirelles and written by Anthony McCartan. Both of them are Brazilian. So I've look out their profile. This is his first movie that he was nominated for Oscar. So that's pretty big.
Then the cast is, of course, Jonathan Pryce. He played the Cardinal Jorge Bergoglio, and Juan Minujín
As the young one.
as the young Cardinal Jorge Bergoglio. Jorge Bergoglio.
Jorge Bergoglio.
Sorry, we're not familiar with this kind of names.
Yeah.
And Anthony Hopkins as a Cardinal Petzinger or Pope Benedict. Ratzinger.
Okay, so this movie is it started out after the death of Holy Father John Paul II. It was based on a real events. So the movie they start out the movie by the death of Holy Father John Paul II. So they need to do a new nomination. So that's when the Cardinal Ratzinger and Cardinal Jorge Bergoglio attended it. During this nomination, it was attended by both Cardinal Ratzinger and Cardinal Jorge Bergoglio.
All cardinals.
All cardinals. Yeah, I mean, like the main character in the movie is both of them. This is the one that they attended. So during this first nomination in the movie, Cardinal Ratzinger get to be the Pope, and then he holds the name of Pope Benedict. So and then the movie moves along, goes on. The film goes on as Jorge Bergoglio wants to ascend his retirement later. Like he wants to retire as a cardinal, but he's gonna continue on as a bishop, like a normal parish, it says. So I'm not sure what's the difference are. So Bergoglio wants to send his retirement but Ratzinger keep delaying his retirement request. I mean, they had the meeting. So the movie, most of the time, is about their meetings. I mean, like they had the meeting at the summer house of the Pope Benedict II, and Pope Benedict keep delaying it. Pope Benedict, also Cardinal Ratzinger, delayed his request for retirement because he doesn't want him to lose the chance of might be the replacement of him, because turns out to be he wants to retire. So it's a surprise in the movie because it says that no Pope has ever retired, like resigned, send their resignation letter of being a Pope. Most of them are just died. I mean, the last Pope that did that was 700 years ago. So he became the second one after 700 years. In the end, he did manage to resign, and then Jorge Bergoglio attended the second nomination, and he gets to be the Pope, and the movie ends up as them still being friends. Acting performances, I think I really love both Anthony Hopkins and Jonathan Pryce. They are both very funny in their own way. They are inside jokes. Most of the time I didn't understand it, but also I love the calmness of their conversation. They do really play it out.
The old man's character.
Also, they play it like a genuine bishop. Like they are very soft spoken.
How do you know a genuine bishops? Have you met some?
No, I didn't met some, but most of the movie they're gonna play out the same.
And they're not bishops; they're cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, bishop is
not
the
cardinal
concept. Alright, so they played like a genuine priest. I mean, I've seen a few movies, maybe because the way soft spoken. Maybe not all priests are nice, because as you see the movie, they're gonna reveal some bad priests. So what do you think about it? Acting performance.
Acting wise, I think they're super. Both of them did a very good job. It's very hard for me to like a conversational movie, and this movie consists of most of their conversations of those two, and for me, I'm never bored of their conversations, because it's very interesting the way the intonations they use, the tones they use is very nice, and also it's very believable, and they're very they look like it's very eloquent for them. They it comes out very quite naturally and all. And also I have this funny feeling that like both of them have this grandpa vibes, even though they they cannot have children, and it's very cute, I guess, because they are very fatherly, they're very grandpa-ish. That's why there's a lot of issues with kids, because they make kids believe them, and when they start to abuse the child felt like, oh, it's okay because this person loves me, yes. That's why the issue is very it's pretty big in the church institution in a lot of places.
Also, you mentioned they look like a grandpa-ish, right? I laugh hard when they say he's too young to retire. Yeah, I mean, what is the age for them to retire? He already looks like a grandpa. That's the age. Yeah.
That's the age. Death.
How does it make you feel? How does it make me feel? The movie. I love how relaxed the movie are. I mean, it's like very calm, the movie. I mean, the conversation. I love their conversation. The thing that they will talk about, the words that they use, the choices of words that they use for the movie. I really love it. I mean, it's like very. It sounded like a very too smart spiritual man's conversation, and I love it.
They cannot be a cardinal if they're not smart.
True. I mean, like the movie, both of them are just an actor, right? I mean, they played it very nicely. I think a great job to the script writer then.
Yes.
So I love the scenery. I love the place they choose. Most of them not really actually the real houses of Pope. They cannot do it. They didn't have the access to it. Because I've seen the making of it. Even the room that they made for the nomination is not real. They just
for the nomination?
Yeah, I mean, they nominate the new Pope. It's not a real room for that one.
Yeah, that is very nice.
It's nice.
I mean, like, people can go and visit and actually take some inspiration from it, but of course they had to build the place itself, because it's a holy place. They cannot you cannot go in there if you're not holy.
True. So I love their inside joke, because even though the inside joke was mild and most of them didn't understand it, but yeah, I do laugh a bit. It's a great display of a real priest. So that's how I feel.
Have you seen a priest? You felt like you want it's a real portrayal of a priest? Or maybe it's what you assume.
Let's say that's what I assume of a priest. Like, I've seen a few movies of a priest actually already. Most of them played the same priest, I think. So yeah.
Okay. So anyways, first thing first, I'd like to apologize if some of you find now what we talked about is pretty offensive, because of our lack of knowledge of culture in the church institutions culture. We learn a lot from the movie. Like, now I know that if they voted and they did not come to any decision, they will put out a black smoke, and if there's a new pope, they would put out a white smoke. That is very interesting for me to learn. It's very new to me. And yeah, how I feel about it, it was fine. Great acting performance, great filmmaking, beautiful scenes, and it shows that pope or not, you're still human. You'll have human struggles, you have regret some decisions you make, and any normal leader would do. Any other leader would have that regret, but they have their reasons of doing it. I'm not justifying his decisions. I assume the muted scene in the movie where he confessed to something is his decision to just overlook on probably some child abuse cases. So I guess I'm not justifying his decision. I still find it to be stupid and idiot. You are a religion leader. You should have done better. But anyways, for the movie's sake, it was fine.
I love when they talk about the priests where they preyed on children. I think that issue reminds me of another movie before I Spotlight. They revealed that some of the priests they molested small kids, and the church, what they do, they change their parishes. I mean, they change their church.
District, yeah. And then they can always start over with a new bunch of kids, Yeah, it's like the church is normalizing child molesting issue, child abuse issue.
Well, they did actually explain why they do that in the movie. Like, they rather have, I mean, not an actual reason, but he said, one of the priests said they rather have 9 children suffered than 9 million people
To
stop
lose their
believing.
faith. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're afraid of the church being, people lose faith on church.
That is pretty stupid.
Yeah.
But anyways, for me, it's raining. For me, some of the notable scene had to be in the final scenes where they were watching a final World Cup final together, Argentina versus Germany. That was very funny. I felt like, I mean, like, it makes me see that these people are human nonetheless.
It was
And-
hard for me to look. I love Argentina as well for World Cup.
Yeah, and it's very nice to see that these people are also humans. They also struggle just the way we do, but they also enjoy things that we enjoy too. It's not like these people are, we felt like they're so holy and like they're untouchable. They will not feel things that we feel. We can just dump everything on them, but technically they're still human anyways.
Yes, before the movie, I never thought they get to see World Cup.
You think they would just sit in a bunker and
also,
like pray
they say, "Oh,
all the time?
It's a sin. It's a sin if I watch World Cup. It's a sin to have a competition." That's how I exaggerate it because I never be exposed to the knowledge. So it
Yeah.
turns out to be they're like that. Seriously, the two popes. Director Fernando Meirelles only found out about Jonathan Pryce while looking up photos of Pope Francis online. Impressed by what he saw, Fernando awarded the role to Pryce. The screenplay was originally titled The Pope. After Anthony Hopkins was cast, the title was changed to The Two Popes at the request of Anthony's agent. Netflix recreated Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel masterpiece in under 10 weeks after the Vatican denied them access to film The Two Popes. This is Jonathan Pryce's fourth time playing as a cardinal. He previously played one in Stigmata 1999, The Affair of the Necklace 2001, and Wolf Hall in 2015. Welcome back. Alright, so now it's time for Serial Meter.
So for storyline, we decided on the mark to be 72%. Woohoo!
Alright, so for acting performances, we give out 82%. And lastly,
How do we feel about it? We also give them 82%.
so that brings us to the
total
real
of
79%.
Yay.
Yeah, it was very high. It was high enough. I mean, lastly, if you ask me, you should really consider watching The Two Popes if you like a
It's on
movie.
Netflix, so
If you like a quality conversation movie of two people, if you like something that lighter, if you don't like to watch an action movie, if you like to have to
very
listen to
chill.
conversation mood, yeah, you should watch it. I mean, if you like today, say I don't want to watch any movie
Heavy
with plot
things,
twists or anything heavy, I need to think hard to watch this movie. No, you should watch Two Popes. It was nice.
It's very laid back kind of movie. That's it for this time. Look forward for our next video. Join us on our countdown to the Oscars on the 9th of February, which will be aired on whatever. And for us, it will be 10th of February. If you're Malaysian, it's going to be on the 10th of February, 9 a.m. in the morning.
For those of you who new here, thank you for joining us until the end. So, if you don't know what we're doing movie reviews, and this one, particularly, this is an Oscar countdown for Oscar 2020. So, for those of you who already subscribed, welcome back. Thank you for joining us today, and do look forward for our next countdown, Oscars countdown video. Till next time, bye bye.